How much money do you think you can make by playing video games? A lot of people see gaming as an addiction and a career in lives, but the gaming industry has matured dramatically in recent years. Esports players can earn salaries that surpass what many can imagine. Those competing in world tournaments can rake in millions or even more. However, not everyone can become an esports player. Aside from talent and passion, it's hard to imagine the level of dedication they put into their pursuit. League of Legends is a multiplayer MOBA game where two teams of 5 players compete against each other by destroying the enemy base. Despite the game having been around for 15 years, its popularity still remains as one of the most played online games worldwide. Among millions of players, there's only one person that was feared by all. He was known as the Unkillable Demon King. Some even worship him as God, and his name is Lee Sang-yong, Faker. On May 7, 1996, Lee Sang-yong was born in Seoul, South Korea. Growing up in a single-family home has made him so quiet that his neighbors thought he was mute. Since his father was always busy working, the only connection he shared with his father was by playing video games together. During this time, Lee Sang-yong has tried a variety of games in different categories, including FIFA, Street Fighter, and Tekken, all of which have made him more invested in gaming. Besides playing video games, Lee Sang-yong also enjoys playing puzzles and Rubik's Cube, which improves his concentration and reaction time. After getting into online games, Lee Sang-yong began playing Dota Chaos, a game that later inspired the creation of League of Legends and countless other MOBA games. After the launch of South Korea's League of Legends server in December 2011, the story of Faker has finally begun. While attending high school, Lee Sang-yong was already ranked first in the South Korea server. This brought him a lot of fame as fans began to speculate about the real identity behind Gojumpa, the name he used in the game. As his popularity rises, Lee Sang-yong decided to try live streaming. However, due to poor graphics, he chose to postpone streaming until he had better setups. Since then, Gojumpa has disappeared. So, where did he go? South Korea professional gaming team SK Telecom T1 invited Lee Sang-yong for tryouts. Normally the process would take between a month or two, but the team's head coach, Koma, recognized the potential of this young player and decided to sign him immediately. During this time, Lee Sang-yong was still attending high school. After receiving the offer, he decided to ask his father for permission. Luckily, after some consideration, his father agreed to let him pursue his dream, so he dropped out of high school and officially joined SK Telecom T1. SKT. In February of 2013, SKT announced a new roster of the team, which includes top laner Impact, jungler Bengi, bottom laner Piglet, support Humandu, and Lee Sang-yong's new identity, mid laner Faker. Despite being a newly formed team filled with rookie players, this team surprisingly made it to 3rd place in the Champions Spring, and Faker quickly made a name for himself after the tournament. Later that year, the team also participated in the Champions Summer, where they dominated almost all the teams and ended up in a grand final against another fan favorite, KT Roaster Bullets. This final will go down as one of the most memorable grand finals of all time, with both teams playing all 5 maximum games to determine the winner. During the last game, both teams were able to blind pick any characters they wanted without worrying about bans. This led Faker and opponent mid laner Liu to choose the same champion, Zed. This match also made one of the greatest League of Legends gameplay of all time. Around the 30-second minute mark of the match, despite Faker starting at a significant disadvantage while Liu chased him down in an attempt to secure the kill, Faker's health had already diminished to a quarter. But then something unexpected happened as Faker dodged multiple attacks from Liu with his incredible reaction time and predictions occurring mere seconds of decision making. Faker successfully reversed the role, leading the team to victory and earning the season MVP prize. World Champions. The Season 3 World Championship was hosted in North America. Many strong teams from worldwide will be participating in this tournament of the year. With a viewership of 32 million, Korea's dark horse SKT is also a fan favorite. Fortunately, SKT lived up to the hype by dominating almost every team in the group stages. Their only challenge came from Korea's top seeds, Najin Black Sword, where they played for all 5 matches. In a decisive 5th game, Faker and Bengi delivered an outstanding performance that elevated the tempo of the match and propelled the team to the grand final. During the grand final, SKT will continue their domination until the end of the tournament, winning 3-0, winning $1 million, and take home the title of Season 3 League of Legends World Champions. After returning to Korea, SKT became the only team to have a perfect season in Champions Winter 2013 to 2014. Around this time, financial powerhouse Samsung formed 2 super teams, Samsung Ozone and Samsung Blue, both of which outperformed SKT in the spring and summer seasons. This also led to SKT losing their qualification for the World Championship that year, marking the end of their unbeatable streak. Restart. In November 2014, it was announced that Korean teams could no longer have 2 separate rosters under one brand, which means lots of teams are forced to either reshape or disband. This also caused a lot of professional Korean players to be jobless and later end up playing for other countries. While everything is happening, SKT also reformed a new roster. Besides Faker and Bengi, all the other members have been changed. After some bonding periods, SKT secured the Champion Summer with only 1 loss. They also qualified for the World Championship that year. During the tournament, Faker's skill became unmatchable. He only used the unpopular characters but was able to bring out the best performances. In the grand final, they won the match with 3-1 and clinched their 2nd World Championship title. SKT was known as the most fearsome team of the year, but their legacy is just getting started. After undergoing another roster change, SKT dominated the spring season, then later went on to defeat the Korean team Samsung in the final match, making them the first League of Legends team to win 3 World Championships and the first to repeat as winners of the title of World Champions. Faker was also given the name of Unkillable Demon King, as fans praised for his glory. Fading. 2017 has been a sweet and sour year for SKT. Bengi, Faker's right-hand man and original SKT member, decided to depart from the team. In replacement, SKT recruited Peanut, the star player of Rock's Tigers. Despite having a team full of star players, SKT did not perform as what fans have expected. After winning the LCK Spring Champions and MSI tournament, the team began to falter in the LCK Summer Split, finishing only in 4th. Later, they were defeated in the finals of the 2017 Season World Championship. Despite Faker trying to turn the game around by using his famous champion rides, but it was already too late. This game brutally ended in 0-3 and the SKT dynasty had finally fallen. After the match, every player has to fist bump with each other to pay their respect and sportsmanship. But when the opponent team approached SKT, the camera turns to Faker as we see a young man breaking down in front of a computer. Behind the tears are the pressures that we can't imagine. Behind the cult of fame, he is just a 21 years old who has a deep love for gaming. Role model. Faker, an iconic professional player and the face of League of Legends, despite already becoming one of the most influential figures in South Korea, boasting countless trophies and considerable pay, he is a very humble man. There has never once been any scandal associated with him. Just a while ago, a video of him refusing to do the thumbs down pose went viral, which just shows his strong morality. Last year, SKT T1 opened their first base camp, and Faker was also invited as a special guest to promote the place. Without hesitation, Faker told the staff member how overly priced the food is, showcasing his honesty and his care towards his fans. In fact, Faker has an entire floor that's dedicated to fan gifts. When it comes to charity, Faker has never batted an eye. In 2021, there was a Korean reality show that auctioned 15 minutes of time to spend with Faker. The money raised from the auction will go to charity. The winner bidder was a father battling cancer who donated 6 million won, equivalent to around 4,600 USD, to secure this opportunity. His dying wish was for his son, who aspires to become a professional esports player, to meet Faker. Upon hearing this touching story, Faker was moved to tears and decided to personally donate the 6 million won and help fulfill their dream. It's because of the stories like these that make Faker a unique yet respectful person both on and off the gaming stages. Breaks. In 2018, SKT has yet again suffered another roster change. Many star players have left the team. Faker was even put in the substitute positions in many matches. SKT continued to lose in both LCK Spring Champions and Summer Champions. They weren't even qualified for the World Championship this year. Faker also started to feel anxious and helpless, with many critics pointing fingers at him, telling him to retire. In order to escape the stress on social media, Faker began taking breaks to read more books and improve his self-esteem. In 2019, SKT had a good start, winning their 7th LCK title. Later that year, they also made it to the semi-finals of the 2019 World Championship. By the end of the year, SKT was officially renamed as T1. However, the new name didn't bring them any good luck, as several players decided to transfer to other teams. Even their longtime coach, Koma, left T1. The team once again missed the qualification for the 2020 World Championship. So, who is going to save T1 now? Gods. In 2021, T1 decided to build a brand new roster centered around Faker. A lot of younger players from T1 Academy have been enrolled into the team. Top laner Zeus, jungler Owner, bot laner Gumayusi have all played for T1 on and off as substitutes before. Keria was known as the first support player to win the LCK regular season MVP award. As he joined T1, he quickly became the main shot caller of the team. With another star player lineup backing Faker up, they made it to the semi-final of the 2021 World Championship. In 2022, Faker once again reached the grand final of the World Championship. Unfortunately, after 5 competitive matches, they weren't able to secure the trophy. Each loss has only made him stronger than before. After spending more time bonding with his teammates, T1 made a grand return. In 2023, Faker led the Korean national team to secure the golden medal in the Olympic Asian Games, exempting him from military service. However, he also missed many games due to injuries. Despite the return to the World Championship, T1 was not the fan favorites this time. JD Gaming that won the MSI 2023, Team Genji with the best player lineups, many competitors were also aiming for the title. But just as Faker once said, he has been in this game long enough to see the rise and falls. In the end, he is the only one that's standing. According to the Times, Faker was ranked as a top 10 most influential figures in sports by Chief Sports Writer, putting him alongside other big names such as Lionel Messi and Shohei Ohtani. So you can say that Faker really has become the face of esports. This is going to be the end of the video. In order for everyone to understand this video without having knowledge of League of Legends, I try to go over the history of SKT as simply as I can. So I hope everyone can enjoy this video, and let's all look forward to their performance in this year's World Championship.